Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Today's topic I would like to speak about real estate industry in Namibia. I will speak about how to become a real estate agent, what are the requirements, and then going forward, what are the benefits of being a real estate agent, and then also I will speak like this. I will speak you through the steps, necessary steps for you to becoming a real agent in Namibia. All right, without wasting time, let's start. So, firstly, for you to become a real estate agent in Namibia, you have to first write exam, which is called the real estate exams. So that exam is written with the Namibia Estates Board. It's registered with them, and then you write. So for you to write, you need to, firstly, for you to qualify, you must be 18 years old and above. From 18 years old and above. And are there any qualifications prior to that? No, nothing, no qualifications. It's only that you need to be 18 years and above, and then you need to have a clean criminal record. That's one of the requirements. So you must not be convicted before. Why? How is that determined? They have to go to the police, apply for a code of conduct, and then you get your code of conduct certificate, the certificate of conduct, of good conduct. So then you decide, okay, after you've gotten your code of conduct, your certificate, the certificate of good conduct, then you have to attach it to the application. Then that's when you're going to apply your real estate exam. You're going to apply for the exam. So you're going to register for the exam. So when you register, what is required? You must have $1,000 to register for the examination. So you also need to, okay, let me rather do it like this. You must buy material so you can study, because that exam is out of 100 or 90 if I'm not mistaken. But you need to have need to pass at least with 50%. The fee for the exam is $1,000, right? And then the 1,200 is for the materials, the books and stuff. So one person once asked me, how long do I need to study for me to actually pass the exam? That one I cannot tell. It depends on your capabilities. But I will say if you are self-studying, you need more than enough time, unless there are also options here. There are also options like for you to attend a real estate course whereby you have a teacher or a tutor that's going to teach you on how to study and so on, but they will just help you to go through the whole module, because the book is a very, very thick book. I cannot remember how many pages exactly, but I think it's over 300 pages. That's as far as there are over 300 pages, and it's a very, 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 very thick book. It's as thick as a Bible. So that's how thick it is. You study very, very hard. If you cannot afford to pay for the course, for the real estate course, which is mostly, I think the cheapest I've seen so far is 2,500 Namibian dollars, then you have to opt like for purchasing the old question papers wherever they're available. And I also have the old question papers for real estate exams, which I can sell just for a little money, like a few hundreds of dollars. So which is actually easier. You can just go through, because I have more than 10 question papers, and then you just study. Once you study, you finish studying, and then you can go write exam. And I think if you have studied all of them, you will obviously at least get a 50%, because that's the least that you're required to pass. So you finish writing, you register for your exam. Exam is $1,000. The materials are 1.2 if I'm not mistaken. So you have to have 2,200 Namibian dollars, if I'm not mistaken, guys. Confirm by going to their website. So that's the amount that you need, and then you have to write your exam. So let me say you pass your exam with 50%. The exam is mostly, because it's mostly written online. Where is it written? It's written at UNAM campus. That's in Windhoek, Ongwediva, Henties Bay, and also only those three as far as I know. So it's online. You have to be sitting in a hall in Etunam, writing exam there. And then once you finish, the system immediately generates your results to you. Once it generates your results, and then you pass. So if you have at least gotten a 50%, so you've passed. And then once you pass, you go then, and then they will inform you, or they only inform those that passed. Or otherwise, you can still go on their website, and then you just check when is the induction training, because once you pass, you don't yet just start operating as an agent. You have to attend an induction training, which informs you mostly on the legal implications and the procedures going forth. So it is very necessary that's why they say you are not allowed to go and just start operating without having attended the induction training. Why? Because they make sure that you have attended the induction training. For some of you, if you are lucky, sometimes you can attend the training online, but for you to attend, there is attendance register that actually you need to fill in. So, and then after attending, you get your induction training certificate. Then you get your certificate that you pass the exam. So those two certificates, they will be required for you when you are going to apply for the Fidelity Fund certificate. Fidelity Fund certificate is a certificate that we call FFC. It's one that is required for you to operate or to start operating as a real estate agent. So it's a license that you need to be able to sell property in Namibia. So the FFC, which is the Fidelity Fund certificate, is only valid for a year. So if you write now this year, it's valid until end of the year. So until end of the year, that's now December. But you have to do the application of the FFC, the renewal of the FFC need to be done before, I need to put my phone on silent, need to be done before the 30th of October each year. How much? There's still money there. Okay, before I go to the renewal, let me just say that no, you apply for your FFC, but you're not allowed to apply for an FFC if you are not registered with if you are not employed by an existing and recognized a real estate agency in Namibia. What do I mean by saying a recognized and legally recognized real estate agency in Namibia? Like, for example, I would say I can mention a few that I know. I don't think it's anything to do with So there is, example, you operating under Daphne Swanepoel Properties. Then you go to Daphne Swanepoel Properties office, and then you look for a job, you apply for a job there. But obviously, I think there's no way you're going to apply for a job at an agency, and then they give you the authority, or they fill in the pink form for you, send it to the board without having them registered. Obviously, all of them, for you to be employed as an agent, you need to go and register under an existing name, under a registered agency. When I say agency, please, I mean the real estate agency. You are a real estate agent, but you need to work under a real estate agency. That agency can be your own company that you already have it fully registered in Namibia, or I personally would advise that you go and join an already existing agency for you to gain knowledge and experience, because in this industry there is quite a lot of legal implications. You need to be well informed, you need to understand, because don't forget that you are dealing with people's money. And if you are selling property, it's not small money, we're talking about big money. Like a house probably of 1.something million. So it's people's money. So you need to be very, very, very careful. All right, you go and apply for a job. Let me say, you got now. Definitely some people say, there is a vacancy here, you can come work here. So there is an application form that the board gives you. When I say the board, I mean Namibia Estate Board. So the board gives you that application form, or sometimes probably also accessible online. So as we call it, a pink form. So you take that pink form to the agency that hired you, and then they fill in their details, because remember, you need to be insured. Yeah? So the agencies, they pay insurance for their employees. This is to protect you in case of, to cover you in case something comes up. So they fill in the pink form. So you attach on the pink form your certificate of good conduct, because you need to be in good conduct. You need to testify that by certificate. So where is it applied for? At the police station. Get your certificate of good conduct, and then for that you pay $100, right? And then you attach your certificate of induction training. Then you attach your certificate of real estate exam that you passed, those two, plus your ID, plus your proof of payment. Because if you are a new agent, you need to pay, because that certificate is only valid for a year, period of a year. So yeah, and then you pay, you submit at the Namibia Estate Board. How long does it take? I think it takes 10 to something days, working days there, I'm not sure. So it takes some days, doesn't take a month, doesn't take, but I know it takes over a week for your certificate of fidelity fund to be ready. So once you get the certificate, it's only when you're allowed to start working, and you can claim commission and at any time for as long as you have your fidelity fund certificate valid. Okay, then they send it back to you. So let me say this is now in January or it's July, yeah. So you got your certificate for fidelity fund certificate. You are now working under an agency. You are now a real estate agent, a licensed real estate agent. You sell your house, you sell somebody's house. Now, most of the agencies that I know, okay, let me say the standard percentage on the commission that you can claim on commission is 7%. That is the standard one. So let me say you sell a house that is worth 2 million, let's say 2 million Namibian dollars. Now, the house is 2 million Namibian dollars, 2 million, I don't know if it's, yeah, if it's 2 million Namibian dollars, so you claim a 7% of the commission. So the 7% of that cost price of the house is 140,000 Namibian dollars. So what does your principal agent do, which is now the okay, let me say, what does your agency take from there? So some agencies, they take 30% of your commission. Why? Because you are registered under them, while some prefer to make it 50-50. So you guys are going to split, the agency and you, because you are operating under them. Don't forget that there's a website, there's an office if you are sometimes lucky. So yeah, you need to to split the commission with your agency. So if you sell a house property for 2 million, and then you claim 7% commission, so you get 140,000, just like that. You get it, and then you divide it, maybe because your agency takes 50, you take 50%, so you are going to get a 70,000 in your pocket. But on top of that, there is also VAT. The commission is taxable. So the commission is taxable. The tax is a standard rate of 15% that you take off from there. It's not quite a lot of money from that amount. So that's how I feel like this industry is actually, yeah, it's moneyed. And there's good money, there's big money, only that you either make money or you don't make money. As an agent, you can also make money. Even if you don't sell a property, you can make money when you do rentals, like when you rent somebody's house out. You can make money. Some people take some percentages of the rental price, but the standard also is it. The commission for the agency, when they are booking out, when they are renting out your house, the monthly commission is mostly equal to 1 month's rent. Let me say you are renting out your house for 10,000 Namibian dollars. So obviously the first month when you're here, sorry guys, I almost went to Africans. I almost say you're here. So okay, so when your tenants move into the house, in that house, because remember there's a contract you have to put in place and so on, but I also just believe like most of the property owners, the landlords, they prefer using the agents because it's hassle free, it's stress free, because most of the agencies, like my agency where I work, we have access to the system called credit bureau, where we go and check if somebody is previously blacklisted or something, meaning we check their financial record to see if they are in good standing, yeah, then only after that we can recommend you to the property owner that, yeah, this one is having a good financial record, so they can go ahead, because we don't want to hustle every month and just try to suck the rental money from a tenant. We don't have that time. Looking at the fact that some of us work for big agencies, so we are dealing with more than hundreds of property, so it won't be really fair for us to be chasing one tenant for not paying rent. Okay, also why do I advise that the property owners rent their property out with agents? Number one, the reason I believe is hassle free, like, you don't want to be chasing tenants to pay rent and so on. Number two, we have, as agents, we have a legalized, like a legal contract in place, of which was really, yeah, I think, yeah, we have it in place, and it governs both. It actually protects you as a property owner. Apart from that, we have also access to the credit bureau. As I say, we'll check your tenant's credit record before they move in, so it make sure that we are dealing with a person that's capable to pay that rent. So yeah, that's it so far. I mean more, but if I were a property owner, I would rather give it to the agent. So what happened is that the agent takes the first month rent, and then you as a landlord, you don't get anything that first month rent. No? Okay. So if the agent takes the first month rent, only from the second month you start getting your money in full. As I say, if the rent is 10,000, the first month, then the 10,000 goes to the agent, and then from the second month until the last month of the contract is mostly 1 year. So let me just make it clear and say that the contract is 1 year contract. So we take commission of which is equal to 1 month rent. That's once off in for the duration of the contract for a year. We don't take anything else. So from there you get your money in full until the end of the contract. So should we renew the contract with our tenant or whatever, so again the next year you're going to pay commission again equals to the first month rent only then. So yeah, so that's why I believe, like, if you are a mother or a wife or somebody that's busy studying and so on, like just having a busy life, maybe a business woman, and maybe you want to make some side hustle, rather consider real estate agent, because it's very convenient. It's very convenient. Like, you can work from anywhere. So, but for you to work perfectly fine, you need a laptop. A laptop is number one, because that's your office. You must have access to your emails, access to your to the web page, like, because also the agencies, we are linked to many other property marketing websites, such as Property 24. We are also on My Property and so on. So when the clients or when a buyer or a client goes onto the websites, and then they click, they inquire, like, show interest in that property, the lead or the inquiry goes directly to you as an agent. That's why you must work under a well-established real estate company. Don't just be employed by anybody. Make sure that you start working your first job under a well-established company that is well-established, and then, yeah, you will learn so much. And also, that's it. So I don't know if I've answered all the questions, but if you have more questions on real estate industry, you can just put it in the comments section. But also I wanted to say that you are not limited to where you can operate. You work from anywhere in Namibia if you are a real estate agent. If you are based in Swakopmund, you can still sell property in Kavango, you can still sell property in Ondangwa, anywhere. That's why I say it's an online job mostly. You need to be there, but also need to be very flexible to move, because you'll be taking your clients out like for viewing of the property, so you need to have a car also, so you can be moving here and there. So yeah, otherwise I think I have said much now in that regards. If I find there to be some questions, I'll rather consider doing a part 2 on this very same topic. I just hope I've answered and I have given all the information. The last info I will give will be, like, you can still write the exam for real estate this year, because the next is on the 7th of December. This year, 7th of December, there is exam 7th of December, or yeah, 7th of December, if I'm not mistaken, or 7th, yeah, the East exams. So, and then if you write this year, you pass, you can still start operating next year. You can start your job in January. So as long as you pass, obviously the induction training will only be next year, January, and you can start looking for a job also January. So, and then you have your certificate valid for a year until December. So yeah, as a new agent, I will say I'm new. I just made a year actually. So I will say I really find it to be very flexible. It's something beautiful, and it's something very, very convenient, because if you are not looking to commit to a full-time job or to a office job or anything, so real estate is a way to go, because the only thing is that there are no salaries payable in this industry unless you do some office work, maybe for your boss. You get paid as you work. Name, so meaning there is a period where it will just be dry, there is no money, there is no property market, there's no, people are not selling houses, because that, yeah, there are some there are some there are some factors that yeah will be influencing that. It's called the low market of property during that time. But then if they can't sell that time, there might be property for rentals, and you still make money through that. Yeah. So, and with something happen, I think I'll have to make a part two another day on when you buy a house, when can you move into the house. People, if you buy a house, then you pay them. If you buy a house cash, let me say, for example, and then you transfer the money today, because the money must go to the lawyer, and then the lawyer pays out the commission, and then etc. pays out the money to the owner of the property. So the property, you are only supposed to move in upon registration. That's after the property has been registered into your name. You don't just say, I paid cash today, so I'm moving tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. So yeah, that's it from my side. I'll make another video next time if I see that people would like to know more about this industry. But otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you again.